What's up, everybody? If you want to join the greatest online Star Wars community, the Fandom Menace, make sure you hit that subscribe button before today's video starts, so you don't miss out on any updates and you're always the first to know when our newest videos go live.
The following is a world-class Bullshitters exclusive.
Fandom is fickle. Fickle is fandom. Einhorn's a man! We're just a few days away, yes, days away from the Rise of Skywalker, the final film in the Skywalker saga, and, yeah. The word in the old media has been, yay, Star Wars! But the word on social media has been a little different. I've been checking in on the comments section of some non-biased sources, places that aren't slanted one way, and apathy seems to be the best word to describe the fans' feelings. Here are a few comments on the new Star Wars TV spots, posters, and news in regards to the Rise of Skywalker. Rey is the next great Skywalker. Yeah, I can wait for DVD. Truly original in the Star Wars universe. When you run out of ideas, you just begin ripping yourself off. Star Wars has been ripping itself off since The Force Awakens, but when Star Wars tries to do something different, like the prequels and The Last Jedi, it doesn't work. The solution? Give up. It's time for not only the Jedi to end, but Star Wars. We know that won't happen because no one's ever really gone. Jar Jar Abrams, well done. You've actually managed to make the prequels look good. I have a bad feeling about this. I hope it's not going to be a disaster of epic proportions. They just finished filming a few days ago. Remember how before The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens came out, they kept showing clips from the films constantly so people would be excited? Neither do I. This movie is going to have a great opening and a terrible second week. Hashtag boycott episode 9. Not excited. This will be the worst film in the Star Wars franchise. A sinking Titanic that has already hit the iceberg. Just a matter of time before it sinks into the abyss. 2 James Cameron references. Why is it that closer to release, they show more of the movie? Guess they want to help us save cash and just tell us how it ends? Wouldn't mind that. This makes me want to watch the Family Guy version of the original Star Wars trilogy. That still has better quality than this garbage. So, those aren't nice, but what do you expect? Star Wars isn't nice. It's not just on social media either. YouTube has some gems that our friends over at Film Goblin have compiled. YouTube comments are the best thing about the Rise of Skywalker ads. I don't know what it is about this new generation of shit posters, maybe it's Adderall, but they've consistently spoken the truth to stupidity on every single trailer and clip that drops for the Rise of Skywalker on YouTube, and have been hilariously doing it. Take the latest TV spot, for example. Unironically entitled Celebrate. Celebrate what? The end? It features all the iconic images you've come to expect from Star Wars, including lightsaber duels, massive space battles, flying crazy close calls, and more massive space battles. Yes, it also features things you've come to expect from Disney Wars, including terrible CGI insert characters, defenseless droids charging into combat, and straight from the J.J. Abrams Don't Think Just Buy School of Filmmaking, space horses, charging across what appears to be the exterior of a Star Destroyer in space. YouTube is not having it. These are the top comments, meaning they're the most upvoted by other users who I assume are Star Wars fans. I swear Palpatine will just sit on his throne and commentate the entire film whilst it's happening. Palpatine is too smart to watch this trash. It will be Deadpool with fourth wall breaks. He will just sit there and critique the film in the theater. LMAO. 2019, the saga will end. 2021, Star Wars, a Star Wars story. Fans, are we done with TV spots? Disney, there is another. How Star Wars TV spots work. Rearrange the already existing trailers and add 1 second of new footage. Please give Finn a new line other than screaming, "Woo!" or "Rey!" Let's be fair. There are a few comments like this. Leia, miss you, Space Mom. You will always be in my heart, as well as many others. Gone but never forgotten. Like Luke said, no one's ever really gone. Looking forward to seeing her on the big screen again. One last time. This film is going to be an emotional roller coaster. These trailers are getting me so hyped. But that's really it. 3 absolutely positive comments with more than a single-digit upvote, while most of the positive comments get 1 upvote or none at all. There's a lot of comments that crack jokes and say they are looking forward to the movie, but they seem to be from people more interested in the train wreck or seeing if the rumors are true than any real excitement about the story. To say that people don't care about Star Wars anymore is just wrong. There's The Mandalorian, which we'll finally talk about this week after I break down the first half of the series. And that video game, which seems to be good. But are those 2 things enough to save Star Wars? We'll wait and see, but the sequel trilogy is fucked. Disney doesn't care about the quality of the films, they care about one thing, the money. And it looks like they might be making less than expected. Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker projected box office tracking lower. Well. From the trades, it appears that ticket pre-sales for The Rise of Skywalker are tracking a little lower than expected by this point. For your Black Friday from the trades, We've been hearing for quite some time from exhibitors and distribution sources that advanced ticket sales are strong, but not overly robust for the Disney Lucasfilm finale Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, meaning in the way that they were for the 2015 Force Awakens and 2017's The Last Jedi. Translated into real people speak, the pre-sales are lower because we've been lurking on the non-shill sites in the background, and the true fans aren't going to show up for this one. But surely the shill reviewers and some media appearances will drive up interest now a month out from Christmas Day's drop, right? Surely. And I quote, "Early AM estimates for the J.J. Abrams movie hitting tracking when averaged are $205 million, given the comparative titles provided. The following comparative titles: Endgame, $357 million opening weekend, Lion King, $191.8 million, Rogue One, $155 million. $205 million on a threequel? The end of the greatest hero's journey tale of all time? You sent some big doo-doo." The reviews are going to be shilling. But Disney has the entire media complex on their side, so the reviews and the pre-screen write-ups by Rotten Tomatoes critics will push the sales closer to the premiere date. The trades agree. As is typical with tracking of late, if reviews are bad for Skywalker, and we hope not, then all projections gas goes out the window. The World Hollywood premiere of Skywalker is on December 16th, and will be screening for the critics and media around the same time. When Skywalker reviews break, they should report that the threequel is a course-correcting to the left turns that many fans griped about in Rian Johnson's The Last Jedi. Word will break out like wildfire, and the sky's the limit when it comes to the threequel's opening. Unless it doesn't. And the pre-sales are indicative that the shill entertainment media may be able to drive casual fans, Disney Plus subscribers, and people who enjoy the feels of The Mandalorian, but there's nothing that has been revealed so far that indicates course correction for true fans. You know, like you and me. Oh, and if the reviews don't work, then clearly getting actors into the world will. Working in Skywalker's advantage is that Abrams and stars Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver are already hitting talk show circuits to generate heat. Adam Driver generating heat? Of course. So is John Boyega. To say the film will be a failure is obviously short-sighted, but the sheer fact that the Access media is discussing the possibility of disappointment is a win for all of us. This is Star Wars, and it hasn't been a question of will this film be a guaranteed success, but how much of a guaranteed success will the film be? Times have changed. There's also a fair amount of competition this time around. The Last Jedi and its dumpster fire method of handling fan response has emboldened other film studios to go up against a Star Wars film. Here's the list of films hitting theaters the week before, of, and after Star Wars, and it's a pretty strong lineup. If you had told me 5 years ago that a sequel to Jumanji would make nearly $1 billion, I wouldn't have believed you. Here we are, 2 years removed from Jumanji 2, and the next one is looking to be another hit. Good for Jumanji, bad for Star Wars. After all, it was Jumanji's strong word of mouth that helped the film become a massive hit. Star Wars The Last Jedi didn't have that luxury, hence the box office of $750 million less than The Force Awakens. Black Christmas? Who knows? But that movie won't put a dent in Star Wars. The week of Star Wars, there's Cats, which could hurt The Rise of Skywalker's box office. To me, it looks dumb, but I also hate musicals, so I wasn't in the Cats demographic to begin with. The week after is Spies in Disguise and Little Women. Spies in Disguise is a 20th century Disney film, and Little Women could be successful. I bring outside competition to your attention because there is more than just outside competition to be worried about. Star Wars is competing against itself. I brought up The Mandalorian earlier, the show that's sweeping Star Wars fans off their feet, reminding us why we love Star Wars. I tell you this to show you that fans don't hate Star Wars. Fans hate bad movies. The positive general consensus towards The Mandalorian invalidates all attacks the Access media tries to throw at us. The Mandalorian is loved because it is good, and the cuteness factor of Baby Yoda is off the charts. More on him soon. But Baby Yoda should be a concern for Disney themselves because all the attention is currently on him, and BB-8 and Dio are just left by the wayside. That's why you see Dio clearance before the film is hitting theaters. It seems like Disney is hitching their wagon to Baby Yoda and abandoning the other cutesy characters. Let's be honest, they were never that cute to begin with. But Baby Yoda?
Next time, baby.
Cuteness is great, but it comes from the Disney playbook of emotional manipulation. They show you something you internally recognize and sell you a new version in the hopes that your wallet will just jump out of your pocket and buy the product on its own. Companies do it all the time, and The Rise of Skywalker is nothing new. Check out this poster for The Rise of Skywalker. Look familiar? No? You sure you can't place it? Well, how about now? See? I told you it was familiar. Callback posters are nothing new or offensive, but the sequel trilogy is built on this batch of member berries and fans are aware of it. Speeder bikes, Endor, the Emperor. Is this 1983? Who the hell's the president?
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan, the actor?
Yeah, it seems like this is Disney's only hope, and the fans aren't biting. We can look at Google Trends and see just how little they are biting. Over the past 90 days, interest peaked for The Rise of Skywalker the day after the trailer dropped, and then quickly declined. Maybe it's because people didn't like it. A listener sent me a few screenshots of the trailer performance since October 21st. The Rise of Skywalker has about 32.5 million views, with 549,000 thumbs up and 100,000 thumbs down. Compare that to Black Widow, which has 32 million views, 1.4 million thumbs up, and 37,000 thumbs down. That's also in just 5 days as of the time of this recording. So the hype is there for Marvel, but not Star Wars. More than double the thumbs up for Black Widow, and nearly 3 times the thumbs down for Star Wars, with roughly the same amount of views. That's telling. People haven't turned their backs on Star Wars, just the rise of Skywalker. Another Google trend shows that the interest in The Mandalorian outweighs the rise of Skywalker by a metric shit ton. That's scientifically accurate, right? From its release until now, The Mandalorian has been consistently more popular than The Rise of Skywalker, with interest spiking the day after each episode airs. We opened that fandom is fickle, but are we? No, we're not. We're tired of the same old crap from the sequel trilogy, aka Disney Star Wars. Bad nostalgia-filled scripts with uninteresting characters and forced callbacks that just don't do it for us anymore. We've seen better Star Wars. We reject this crap. This is the way. I have spoken. So that's it for today, folks. What do you think about all of this? We're just a few days away from the rise of Skywalker, and it seems like less and less people care each and every day. And it looks like it's just a bad movie, a poorly created movie to close out a poorly crafted sequel trilogy. I feel like if Rian Johnson's The Last Jedi wanted to be the worst film, J.J. Abrams took that as a challenge and said, hold my beer. Could it be great? Of course it could be. And it's going to rain marshmallows and meatballs on Friday. But I digress, though it does sound delicious. But I wouldn't mix marshmallows and meatballs. You know what? Ignore the food analogy. I want to know what you guys think. Have you seen these trailers, these TV spots? Have you seen the social media attention shift away from, yay, Star Wars, to, I'll just wait to watch this one later? I mean, like I said at the beginning of the video, apathy seems to be the prevailing feeling, the emotion that fans are feeling in regards to the rise of Skywalker. If this wasn't a channel thing, I wouldn't even want to go see this movie. I'm checked out of Star Wars on the big screen. Mandalorian, can't wait to watch the next episode. Rise of Skywalker, can't wait for the thing to be at the bargain bin of Walmart so I can make another toy video. Speaking of toy videos, I'll be back next time with an interesting toy video. I went to a new location, and I found some Star Wars stuff that's kind of embarrassing. I also went to a high-end boutique store and found some Star Wars merchandise, and it's kind of embarrassing too. So if you'd like to see the distance and wealth for Star Wars merchandise, well, that's not the way to say it. If you'd like to see the variety of price for Star Wars merchandise that just doesn't sell no matter where it goes, come back next time for that. It's a lot of fun, and it's a lot of cuteness as well. And we might have to see Captain Marvel. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. It's very early here. So folks, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it all over social media. If you're a super fan of this channel, join our Patreon page, patreon.com/worldclassbs. $1 a month goes a long way, but $5, which is only 17 cents a day, goes even further. Gives you access to all kinds of exclusive content and a whole lot more. Like, you can be on this show if you want. Speaking of being on this show, we have a Fanboys commentary coming up next Monday, the 16th, which is going to be a lot of fun. And this Wednesday night, December 11th, we're going to be doing a drunk commentary for Star Wars: The Force Awakens. And the following week, we're going to do a drunk commentary for Star Wars: The Last Jedi. It'll be the nicest way to suffer through these films. Drunk, inebriated, that's drunk, just a nice way to say it. And we'll be playing our drinking game. So if you want to get in on that, if you want to make us suffer, you know what to do. It'll be a lot of fun because I won't remember the movie afterwards. And I'll wake up feeling slightly depressed, slightly violated, but a blank memory nonetheless. So folks, thank you for watching, and remember the mantra of this channel. No matter what people do, no matter what people say, we gotta live by this message because we firmly believe it. What is this message? It's simple, but it's strong. Go out into the world and be excellent to each other.